Dear friends, an American woman began throwing the sacred pages of the Holy Quran into the fire, one after another. She filmed herself doing it and posted the video online for the entire world to see. She shouted, "Your Allah cannot protect this book." But then came a response from Allah, a reply so powerful that it left the whole world in shock. What happened next will send chills down your spine. Millions of people witnessed this event and realized once again how mighty Allah's justice can be. This was no ordinary story. It was proof that no matter how much people try, Allah Himself protects His divine message. But before we begin, if you truly love the Quran, write in the comments, "I love the Holy Quran." Assalamu alaikum, dear respected viewers. The incident took place in the state of Texas, USA. Within just 3 days, it spread across the world, becoming one of the most talked about stories on social media. Her name was Rebecca Thompson, a 34-year-old woman from Austin, Texas. She worked as a marketing manager at a tech company and seemed to live an ordinary American life from the outside. But deep inside, Rebecca had developed a strong hatred toward Islam over the years. Influenced by biased media, misleading online posts and hate groups, her heart had been filled with resentment. For months, she had secretly been planning something shocking, something that would make people notice, as she had announced to her followers online. Gradually, her online pages filled with hateful posts about Muslims. She began to attract a small but aggressive group of followers who shared the same toxic mindset. Finally, on a blazing July afternoon, she decided that the time had come. A few days earlier, she had ordered a copy of the Quran online, not to read or learn from it, but to disgrace it publicly. Rebecca set up her phone camera in her backyard, went live on several social media platforms, and confidently declared, "Today I'm going to show you what this book is really worth. Let's see if their Allah can actually protect it." Within minutes, hundreds had joined her live stream. What followed next was something unbearable for any Muslim to witness. Rebecca began tearing pages from the Holy Quran, holding each one before the camera while making mocking remarks. Laughing mockingly, she said, "Look at this. These are supposed to be God's words. They're just ink on paper." Then she brought out a metal bucket filled with gasoline and began throwing the sacred pages into the fire, one after another. Each page twisted and burned as the flames rose higher. Rebecca, with hatred in her voice, shouted, "Your Allah couldn't protect this book. Where is He now? Where are your miracles?" The comment section exploded instantly. Muslims from around the world were watching in shock and pain. Some were crying, some praying, others begging her to stop. Yet she fed on the chaos, as if their pain gave her energy. Within an hour, the video had been shared thousands of times. Some shared it out of anger, others to document the hate crime, but Rebecca didn't care. She was thrilled to be the center of attention. At the end of the live stream, she declared, "There you have it, folks! Your God couldn't even save His own book. Maybe now you'll see how powerless your beliefs really are." The video went viral, but not in the way Rebecca expected. Instead of gaining followers, she found herself in the middle of a global storm. Within 6 hours, the video had been viewed over 2 million times across multiple platforms. The reaction was overwhelming. Muslims from every part of the world began sharing the video, not to spread her message, but to show the world the kind of hatred they face daily. Imams, Islamic scholars, and ordinary believers responded not with anger, but with prayers for Rebecca's guidance. One particular response video caught everyone's attention. A young Muslim girl, no more than 12, tearfully said, "I don't understand why anyone would want to hurt us. We would never burn their holy book. Tonight, I'll pray for this woman." Within 24 hours, that video alone gained over 5 million views. But meanwhile, something strange began happening to Rebecca. That night, she couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she heard a beautiful sound, the same language as the Quran she had burned. At first, she dismissed it as her imagination, but with each passing night, the sound became clearer. more soothing. By the third day, Rebecca's life began to change in ways she never imagined. Her dreams took a strange turn. Every night she found herself in an enormous library glowing with soft golden light. She wasn't alone. People of every race and background were reading peacefully, their faces glowing with joy. What surprised her most was that she could understand every word being recited, even though it was Arabic, a language she never knew. The words spoke to her heart about mercy, forgiveness, justice, and love. She would wake up with tears in her eyes, feeling both peace and confusion. Strange things began happening during the day too. Her car, which had never malfunctioned, suddenly started playing Quranic recitation on the radio, even when it was turned off. Her computer began displaying Arabic verses with English translations beneath them. But the most profound change was within Rebecca herself. The hatred she had carried for years began to fade, replaced by a deep curiosity. She started studying Islam, not to fuel hatred, but to understand what she had destroyed. She discovered that the Quran she had burned contained words of unmatched beauty, messages about protecting the innocent, caring for orphans, showing kindness to neighbors of all faiths, and the boundless mercy of Allah. 2 weeks after burning the Quran, Rebecca made a decision that shocked even herself. She drove to the nearest Islamic center in Austin. Her hands trembled as she parked, not from fear, but from an overwhelming feeling she couldn't explain. For nearly an hour, she sat in her car, watching Muslims enter for the evening prayer. Families, elders, young professionals and students, all walking with a peace she had never known. Finally, she gathered her courage and approached the mosque door. During a quiet moment between prayers, she knocked on the door. An elderly man opened. It was Imam Ahmad, the mosque's leader. When Rebecca introduced herself and confessed who she was, she expected anger, rejection, or fear. Instead, Imam Ahmad's eyes filled with tears of joy. In a gentle voice, he said, "Sister, ever since that video appeared, we have prayed for you every single day. Allah Himself has brought you here. You are welcome." At that very moment, something inside Rebecca broke. She burst into tears right there at the mosque entrance, sobbing like a child. All the hatred, anger, and emptiness she had carried for years poured out of her in tears. The Muslim community did not judge her, nor did they seek revenge. Instead, they embraced her with love, as if welcoming back a lost soul who had finally found her way home. In the following weeks, Rebecca began her journey of learning about Islam, not through hateful websites or biased media, but from the true source itself. She began reading the Quran with new eyes, and her heart finally understood why Muslims hold it sacred. She discovered that Islam means peace and complete submission to God. She learned that Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, taught mercy even to enemies, protection for people of all faiths, and love for all humanity. The more she learned, the more she realized how wrong she had been. The very religion she once tried to destroy was built upon the same values she had been searching for her whole life: purpose, justice, community, and the boundless love of Allah. On a calm Friday evening, exactly 40 days after burning the Quran, Rebecca made a decision that changed her life forever. Surrounded by the very Muslim community she once attacked, she recited the timeless words, "La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah." There wasn't a single dry eye in the mosque that night. Today, Rebecca Thompson, now known as Sister Amina, travels across America sharing her story. She speaks at universities, interfaith gatherings, and online platforms, recounting the day she tried to destroy the word of Allah, yet Allah's mercy destroyed the hatred within her heart. She often says, "I tried to burn the Quran, but instead, the Quran burned away all the darkness in my heart." This story reminds us that Allah's guidance can reach anyone, anywhere, at any time. Even those farthest from the path can find their way back through His mercy. If this story touched your heart, like this video, subscribe to our channel and share it with others, so the world knows that love always conquers hate, and Allah's mercy is far greater than any human anger. May Allah guide us all to the straight path. Ameen.